Hail and Manchester adventurers, welcome to the world of Baldurs Gate 3. It's me, Spud The King, and today I present you my new Bard build. It will be College of Valour Bard build. So for our race we pick an Elf class to have nice racial speed, but most importantly elven weapon training, so we'll be proficient with longsword, shortbow and longbow, so we can use different types of bows most of the time. We got dark vision up to 12 meters, it's okay, but most importantly we are protected from charm and we can't be put into sleep, so that's nice as supportive class too. Our subrace is wood elf because we use a fleet of wood for additional movement speed, and we're picking our cantrips. So for our cantrips we use vicious mockery as damaging cantrip. It's pretty low damage but a very nice future. It gives disadvantage to target on his next attack roll, and minor illusion to distract enemies and for other stuff. So for our spells, we're using Fairy Fire in our first build and Sleep, it's our second spell. So these spells will give you and your party edge in early levels. Just in case your party will need some help, you have Healing Word to heal them up or heal yourself even. And in case you are in trouble, use a Thunder Wave for 2d8 damage, and this will push targets away. It's like melee spell. If targets come close to you, you don't want to stay close to them, so just use this spell. And basically College of Valour is a kinda magic semi-supportive class. So our starting instrument, it doesn't matter, pick whatever you like. Our background is criminal for deception and stealth checks, and our ability distribution. So we go all in on dexterity, constitution and charisma. We fully dumped down wisdom, intelligence and strength. So we don't need the strength because we will use finesse and long-range weapons, and because we got a lot of important abilities like dexterity, our main damaging ability, charisma, our main spellcasting ability, and constitution. We are pretty squishy guy, and we need this constitution to be not squishy guy. We need to give up on other abilities. That's why wisdom is one of them, of course. So our main attribute, of course, especially for early game, will be charisma as our magic caster stuff, and dexterity for our damage with our weapons. For our skill proficiency, we will just go for classic bard stuff, intimidation, performance and persuasion. All charismatic proficiencies, and just like that our bard is ready to become College of Valour Bard. So first of all, let's level up a little bit. On level 2, Bard gets additional feature Jack of all trades, and when you are not proficient in some ability checks, you will get this proficiency. You get Song of Rest, which is basically a short rest but using only song, and it can be used if you got some monks in your party or warlock who actually like to use short rest to regain their spell slots or kin energy, and to gain in one more spell. For this spell you can pick whatever you like, but actually fun spell is Long Strider to increase your movement speed or movement speed of your ally. And just like that we're going to our level 3. So on level 3 we finally can pick up our college, and we today making College of Valour Bard. So you wander to the land to witness and relate the deeds of the mighty, keeping alive the memory of heroes of the past and inspiring heroes of the future. You got your action, combat inspiration, and you may ask yourself, every bard got this combat inspiration, and you're not 100% correct. So every bard got bardic inspiration, and it adds 1d6 to bonus to attack roll, ability check or saving throw. So basically it will help you hit your attack. I mean your teammates, because it can be casted only on your teammate. But combat inspiration from College of Valour can be added to weapon damage or armor class, and that's big. So basically you can increase armor class of any person, and it lasts until long rest. And rolling 1d6 is crazy. In early game, if you add 6 to armor class of any person, he is like become invisible. So for our spells, we're getting some spells from level 2 right now, and as like backline inspiration guy we use Shatter, just in case we need it. And just like that, let's go and let me show you this bard in action. First of all, for those of you who are not familiar with how bard works, you basically got all spells, they always prepared, but you need to use spell slots to use them. So for example, you got cantrip like Vicious Mockery, and you can use this cantrip as much as you want because it's cantrip, but other spells uses spell slots. For example, Shatter uses level 2 spell slot, and this will leave us without this spell slot. Spell slots regain on long rest, and that means you need to be a little bit smarter when you're using them.
So first of all, you can use Long Strider, and if you use it as level 2 spell slot, you can use it on 2 persons at a time, but we're now only 1 person, so we'll use it on ourselves, and until long rest we will get additional movement speed. That's like really nice addition to our class and our bard. And when you go into the battle, you basically want to use your combat inspiration before the battle most of the time, because it lasts until long rest anyway, and you pick your ally and basically inspire your ally. So that's why you want to use this before the battle. In the battle it costs bonus action, but before the battle you can inspire all your 3 allies and they will start battle with additional weapon damage, armor class or attack rolls, depending on what they need. Maybe some guy like rogue likes really attack rolls to never miss, some tank likes armor class, etc, etc. And they basically choose by themselves, so you will choose for them, of course. Just like that, we start our fight and we got already 13 meters movement speed. That's crazy. We can travel large distances, and what we want to do in a fight, we basically want to use Fairy Fire to cast this on enemies, and this will give us advantage on attack rolls. It will increase our chances to hit, so right now we got 95%, and when we hit with Fairy Fire, we will get like 99% to hit. Another stuff that you can do, actually you can put targets in the sleep for combined 24 HP against. This very useful in early game, so sleep before targets got really high HP, it's nice, they always will get around 24 HP, but you can upcast it for higher levels, and when you upcast it you will use higher level spell slot and can put more HP of creatures into sleep. If you're not understanding how this works, basically sleep says that you can use the sleep on creatures up to 24 hit points. Every imp got 6 hit points, so 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18, and we can find one more creature who is 6 hit points. This is like mass for you if you can't really count, and we can put everyone into sleep, or we can press OK and put every imp into sleep. They can't survive this if they don't have protection from sleep. Just like that, we started our fight as bard, and our allies can go and attack these guys with 100% chance because they are sleeping. That's like easiest fight of your life. And you can again cast this Fairy Fire, but make sure not to cast it on yourself, because it will cast on your allies while you're concentrating. Your allies will be affected by Fairy Fire too. So we end our turn, and basically when you casted all your spells that you need, you can start attacking. And you will attack from your crossbow. The weapon that you want to choose is actually hand crossbow, double hand crossbow, 1 in each hand, so 2 hand crossbows at the same time. So, and last but not least, Shatter. Just use it on your enemies and they will be shattered, just like that. So very cool, versatile class for your early game, and let's see how this will look in the late game. So, level 4. Each level will get additional spell slots, and right now we get an additional spell slot from level 2, so we can get some spells from level 2. Nice spells is Enhance Ability, so you give an advantage on ability checks with chosen ability. That's nice for exploration, sometimes it's nice for fights, basically really good stuff, so you can use it. Next up, cantrip. We don't care about cantrips too much, so you can use whatever you like. For example, light if you need to light up anything. And right now we can pick our feat. For first feat we pick an ability improvement and rounding up our constitution and charisma, because only even numbers can give out bonuses. So let's continue to level 5. Our level 5 bard will have improved bardic inspiration. Bonus gained from bardic inspiration increases to 1d8 dice instead of 1d6. Additionally, we're regaining our bardic inspirations after short rest. So basically you can use these inspirations after every fight. And we're gaining our new spell slots from level 3. And as College of Valour, we want to be like supportive disabler class. So we're picking hypnotic pattern right now. This will hypnotize creatures in a large radius, and they won't be able to move or take actions, bonus actions or reactions. So basically, if you succeed in this stuff, you will totally disable many enemies at the same time. And that's like more useful way to put enemies into sleep. The problem with sleep, because when you're leveling up, your enemies have higher HP and you can't like paralyze or hypnotize many creatures at the same time. While with this stuff, if they fail your wisdom saving throw, you will hypnotize many creatures at the same time. So we're going to level 6. On level 6 we're getting one action, Counter Charm. So as action, we can have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Pretty usable in some fights, and we gain access to one more spell from level 3. And again, we need to continue to be like supportive controlling stuff, and we pick in Fear. Enemies affected by Fear will have disadvantage on ability checks and attack roll, and they must run from the source of Fear. So basically they will run from you, and most importantly they can be disarmed, and that's like funniest part, so they can just drop their weapons and you can pick up them. So pretty like useful spell in some situations. And let's continue to level 7. Our Bald at level 7 will gain one more spell, but now from level 4. And on level 4, just really safe and cool spell is Greater Invisibility. So we can turn creature invisible, and this creature can even attack from invisibility, and if this creature succeeds on stealth checks, it continue to be invisible. So that's very useful on yourself to just survive some fights if you need it, or it can be used on your rogue in your party, and rogue got really nice stealth checks in his disposals. So rogue can be like really invisible all 10 turns while still making attacks. So on level 8 we get in one more spell, and we want to pick Dimension Door. This spell will help you to teleport with your ally. So again, you can just use invisibility on your rogue, he go invisible by himself, and you and your mage, for example, another long-range character, can go into Dimension Door and teleport with you to like nice area on the battlefield. For our feat, we just go with simple and effective 20 into charisma on level 8. And let's continue to level 9. So on level 9 we gain one more spell, but you don't have a lot of spell slots, so from level 5 spells I recommend to pick Hold Monster, just in case you need it. So it will be super situational, but maybe you will need it sometime, and you can hold this monster at the one place. So let's continue. Level 10. We get one more cantrip, we don't care about these cantrips, and from our spells we can pick Polymorph, it's nice disabled spell too. And we get access to magical secrets. And as supportive character that's really like to stay behind, we want to pick this Misty Step to be able to teleport as ourselves for level 2 spell slot, for just level 2 spell slot, and bonus action. And for another guy we want to pick Conjurer Elemental. It will summon really strong, cool elemental, so we can use at least some damage as supportive character. And we can replace some spells finally. You can do it a little bit earlier, but for now we can replace Sleep, because Sleep really fall off in the late game, so we can replace it now or a little bit before. But actually, just in case you need some more healing, I like to replace Sleep on around level 10 for Mass Cure Wounds. Just like that. And yeah, most importantly, you get additional Bardic Inspiration, improved Bardic Inspiration, and this will add 1d10 dice instead, and you will get additional skill proficiency. So I recommend going into Perception and into Stealth. So just like that, we continue to level 11, and we can pick one more spell. Right now it doesn't matter, pick whatever you like. You can pick some exploration stuff like Featherfall, for example. And we are level 12 Bard finally. We're getting additional spell from level 5 max. And yeah, I totally forgot. Actually, on level 11 you want to pick Otto's Irresistible Dance. And that's like our main disable late game spell. So we're picking this for sure. And now we can pick our feat. So for our feat, I recommend to go with Crossbow Expert or with Ability Improvement into Dex for 18 points total. Just like that, whatever you like. Because maybe you are going with a nice bow. If you're going with the bow on the last levels, then definitely go with Ability Improvement. If you like your crossbow, go with Crossbow Expert. And just like that, our build is finished. So, as this late game bard, you want to start your game with casting Long Strider on yourself. And of course on your allies too, so basically cast Long Strider on all of you. Then next stuff you want to use is Combat Inspiration to inspire your allies before the combat. Use Enhance ability, and some abilities give additional stuff. So for example, Pulse Strength will give advantage on strength checks, and carrying capacity will be doubled, and it can be upcasted, so you can buff whole party. And before the fight you want Conjure Elemental, and you can upcast it to level 6 spell, but use your level 5 spell and pick whatever elemental you like. I already showed them in my previous videos, so basically they doing like different damage types. That's like main reason when you want to summon them. So for example, we are like now facing many fire enemies. They got protection from fire, so don't go for fire element. Better go for water element or air element, depending on what you want. So we go for water element right now, and we can inspire him too easily. And just like that, let's go to the fight. So your late game fight starts, for example, and you can start it with Misty Step by relocating yourself in the best position possible and most protected position, because you are like squishy supportive person anyway. But I will teleport in the middle of the fight because I don't care right now, we're in the early levels. And what you can do, you can use Hypnotic Pattern, and it's like super large pattern, and as you can see we can capture almost every person. To aim this stuff, you can press O button, and with O button you can see like everything from the high ground, and we can aim almost on every person, I guess. So let's try to do it. And just like that, some guys was get hypnotized, so they won't be able to take turns. So now, as our elementals, most of them have ability to teleport, elemental warp, and it uses on the bonus action, so you can teleport to whatever target you wish and just go and attack him, just like that. So you can use Fear to induce fear in a cone, and it will fear many enemies, as you can see, very large radius. You can use Polymorph, but Polymorph require wisdom saving throw, so this target got high wisdom, it's hard to hit him, only 25%, while this target is easy to hit, it will be 75% to hit. And basically you will transform target into a ship. You will need to concentrate on it, but you just disable one target from the fight. Don't forget, you can still use Fairy Fire, it still gives advantage on attack rolls against targets, so that's like very nice spell, but you need to keep concentration on it too. And another cool stuff that you can do, you can disable other guys with, for example, Hold Monster. And Hold Monster requires Wisdom saving throw 2. So let's cast it on this bro. And he is now holded. Holded person is really strong stuff, and that basically means that target is paralyzed. Every attack against this target will be critical hit, and just like that we can use Misty Step as our bonus action with second level spell slot to reposition ourselves again. And that's actually one of the reasons why we're not using a lot of level 2 spells in this build, to use Misty Step a lot in the late game. So let's end our turn. And sadly this dude just saved from the hold, and don't forget you have different magics from your elementals, for example Winter Breath, and after you've done all your disables, basically you can just attack with your crossbow, you still do some damage at least, and that's totally nice and reasonable stuff too. Most importantly, you got some bonus attacks, so you can attack few times in a turn, and don't forget Autos Irresistible Dance. And while you casting Hold Monster, for example, it can fail on the first turn, Auto-Resistible Dance will have 100% success rate on the first turn. Then he can of course resist this stuff with saving throws, but just right now every target will have advantage against this bro. So we can attack with advantage, and just like that doing crazy damage. And we can do it with every party member, that's why Auto-Resistible Dance is really nice spell to have. And most importantly, this target can't move or take actions, so it's like not only advantage given, but also like complete disable of this target. Really one of the best disables in the game in my opinion. So we just really killing this Commander Jalk just super easy. And he can't even move, he don't making any turn. Very good for bosses, very good like really spell. And just like that, our build finished. I hope this will help you get this awesome Bard gameplay in your Baldurs Gate 3 playthrough. Watch other cool Baldurs Gate 3 videos on the screen right now, and see you in the next videos, guys.